Hey guys, what's up? My name is Bernard and welcome to the channel. Did you notice something different in this video? Today, I'm wearing a pair of gloves and these are new. It is something I'm very excited about. So what's so special about this pair of gloves, you might ask? Well, check this out. This little feature is going to change your photography experience outdoors. I have with me a few pairs of photography gloves from the brand Vallerret. In my opinion, these are the best gloves in the market for outdoor adventurers that do photography or videography. I will share my reasons why later in the video, so keep watching on. Vallerret carries a wide range of models that suits different needs based on the winter conditions you are facing. I have with me the Tinden and the Milford gloves, which I will be putting it through its paces and running a couple of tests on them. Disclaimer, Vallerret did send me these gloves to review, but this is not a sponsored video and I'm free to say whatever I think. That said, I've been using their product for years, even before making this video when I bought the Gen 1 version of their popular Milford Pro glove. This allows me to have the unique perspective of how far their brand has come and how their products have evolved. Without further ado, let's talk about the gloves. My absolute favorite feature about their gloves is the ability to fold back the tip to reveal certain fingers. I don't know about you, but personally, I absolutely hate the feeling of trying to dial in the settings of my camera when I have gloves on. It just feels cumbersome and clumsy, always causing me to mispress a button or two. With Vallerret gloves, I'm able to quickly pop up my fingers to dial in my camera settings and hide it back in from the cold. Looking at each glove individually, the Milford Glove, which is meant for light winter conditions, allows you to fold back 3 fingers, your middle finger, the index, and the thumb. You won't be able to fold back all 5 fingers, but to be honest, 3 fingers is more than enough for you to operate your camera. In fact, I find myself only using 2 fingers to do what I need to do. When you fold back the tips, you have the option to secure it by tucking it behind the elastic band. However, I find it a little troublesome, so I usually just leave it untucked and does not get in my way. It just looks a little unsightly sticking out, but that's pretty much it. I do wish that this glove came with the magnets that all of its older brothers seem to come with. From what I was told, this was a response to other users' feedback wanting less bulk in their glove. Moving on to the Tinden glove. This model allows you to fold back only 2 fingers, but like I said earlier, 2 fingers is more than enough for me. This glove is meant for heavier winter conditions, so I am not surprised that they chose to give up the extra opening to prioritize keeping the warmth in. Also, this model comes with the magnets to hold back the tips. One improvement they have made to their current lineup is that the tips are more secured when they are closed. What do I mean by this? In my experience with my old gloves, I found that after moving my hands and fingers about for a bit, my fingers will start picking out and slowly but surely, they would be revealed. With the new gloves that I got, even after having them on for extended periods of time and moving about, I find that my fingers stay snugly in the gloves. This feature alone is enough to sell me on this product, but if you're not convinced yet, don't worry. It packs more features to get you over the line. As my purpose of using these gloves is to do videography out in the elements, it is crucial to me that my hands can stay dry when it gets wet outside. On their website, they list their gloves as water resistant, but to that I ask, how resistant? Let's put it to the test. For the Milford Glove, it is made out of fleece, and this itself is not water resistant. However, it has a trick up its sleeve, quite literally. Stored away in this compartment is a lightweight rain cover. Hey, if my camera bag gets its own rain cover, my hands deserve one too. By adding this layer on, you are essentially making it waterproof. To test it, I will stuff a few pieces of tissue into the glove and proceed to submerge my hand into a bowl of water. Even after submerging my hand into the water and holding it there for a few seconds, my hand feels dry in the glove. To show you that it is truly dry, I will now remove the glove to reveal the condition of the tissue. As you can see, it is still dry. However, the obvious downside to this is that if you need the gloves to be waterproof, you have to sacrifice the feature of being able to unfold the tips to reveal your fingers. Moving on to the Tinden glove. This model has a merino inner layer and a leather exterior, so although it does not have a rain cover stowed away anywhere, it is water resistant as it is. The good news is that I don't have to sacrifice my favorite feature for it to be water resistant. But because of that opening, that also means that this glove cannot be submerged into water. Anyways, let's conduct an ice test on this pair. I'm doing this to simulate being around snowy and icy conditions, and since I'm living in Sydney, unfortunately, I can only test it this way. Even after holding the ice for a bit, my hands not only stayed dry, but they did not feel cold at all. After a while, I decided to push it further by pouring water on the gloves. As you can see, both the tissue and my hands stayed dry. The few tests I conducted has proven that the gloves will keep my hands dry in most conditions, and I'm more than happy with the results. Now, we'll move on to talk about the other features each of these gloves have. For the Milford gloves, it is simpler, and on top of the two features we spoke about earlier, it has one other feature, which is the non-slip grip palm print. This may not sound like much, but believe me, it makes a huge difference to the grip you have on your camera. I've worn many other gloves that feel like your camera is going to slip out of your hands. That's pretty much it for the Milford gloves, and although it only has a few basic features, it definitely does them well. The Tinden gloves, on the other hand, pun intended, packs a few extra features. On top of having the same non-slip grip as the Milford, the Tinden has a small pocket that could be used for a spare SD card or a hand warmer. It even comes embedded with a handy tripod key. The last feature it has is that part of the glove is made with true suede. What this means is that in a pinch, you can use it to wipe off stains off your lens. Personally, I will only use this as a last resort, but at least I have that option. So what are my thoughts on the gloves? I've tested them out in the field, and its practicality for a photographer is just unmatched. I would highly recommend them to anyone that shoots content out in nature. Just take note that for the Tinden glove, because it is meant for deep winter conditions, they do feel a little thick and some dexterity would be sacrificed. If you are like me living in a place like Sydney where it doesn't get really cold, I would recommend the Markov Pro instead. The Milford glove would be good if you were in wet conditions frequently. So are these gloves for photographers only? I would say that yes, they are geared primarily towards us, but my wife has been bothering me for a pair since she saw me using them. She says that it is awesome to be able to expose her fingers to use her phone. Although gloves these days allow you to use your phone when they are on, it just feels different, especially when you're trying to text. So these are my thoughts on Vallerret gloves, and I would highly recommend that you grab yourself a pair. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. That's pretty much it for today. It's a wrap!